All right. Welcome. Happy Friday, everybody. What's happening out there in the old interweb lands? Welcome to Friday, and welcome to your HMG Weekly Wrap Up. I am your host, Adam Bird. For those of you that do not know, if you're tuning in for the first time, I'm going to take a minute here. I actually started a couple minutes early this morning. Nice. How's everybody doing? How's everybody's weeks going? Weeks? How's everybody's week going? Good to be here. Jump on, say hello. Let me know you guys are out there, and share this. Let's get some people. Let's get people up here. Crazy week, busy week, busy week. But a good week, I think, maybe. Right? We'll talk about that here in a moment. Some interesting things have transpired this week and as early as yesterday, quite frankly. So I'm like I said, I'm gonna wait a minute here, get some people on. If you're on or you're seeing this, jump on, say hello, let me know you're out there, and we'll get this party started here. Go ahead and, one of these days I'm going to learn how to share all this correctly. All right, let's see here. We're going to get started anyway. So, this week, as of yesterday, I saw an article this morning about the burn pits, and it looked like that the Senate, there was a burn pit bill for veterans that didn't advance, that failed in the Senate, and I'm kind of curious if anybody's seen that, what your thoughts are on it. I was told, or I heard that GOP said that it failed because it would allow for an additional $400 billion in spending. You guys have heard me say this before. Now I'm going to say it again. I don't really have I don't care what your political affiliation is, whether you're left, right, down the middle, out in, not even in the same ballpark, whatever. It's frustrating for stuff like this to happen. And then, I got to dig a little bit deeper, like what was in that bill that they wanted to allow $400 billion more in spending, why the GOP didn't think that was important, or, was there something hidden in there that they're not sharing with us, which is probably a case. We don't know. But nonetheless, this is a frustrating and kind of a blow to the veteran community. Or is it? I don't know. Like I said, I just saw it. Haven't had a deep dive in it, but I'm wondering what you guys out there think of this whole process. And, let me know what you think. I'm really curious, those of you that are out there. Brian, what's up, brother? I appreciate you jumping on, man. I'm curious to see what you guys think. Those of you that are out there, especially in the veteran community, this whole Senate not passing the burn pit bill. I also heard that they were going to potentially re-vote on it as early as next week. I could be wrong on that or misunderstood. Might have been an older article, not sure. But I saw this morning, and I felt like it was something I wanted to share because I want everybody's opinion on this. I think when it comes to our nation's veterans, especially with this burn pit stuff, it's been around for quite a while, that things need to get done. And when our government isn't taking care of our veterans, and that's something that we definitely really need to kind of raise an eyebrow to. My opinion. Christina, good morning, sis. How you doing? So yeah, let me know what you guys think about the burn pits. And since I'm keeping on the whole government thing, the next article that I saw this morning was a judge stops punishment of an airman from a COVID vaccine mandate for religious exemption. And this one here went into almost immediate effect. Let me see if I can get this right now. The Air Force Air Reserve, and Space Force all have to halt on not allowing people to file for religious exemption. My understanding, reading this particular article that I put in there from AmericanFaith.com, it was several people, or a lot of people, were filing for religious exemptions, and they were getting denied. And obviously, there's been a huge shift in our military for not being, because of the COVID vaccine mandate. Yeah. What are your thoughts on this? Is it being played out? Is it the right move? Especially now, there's a lot of information coming out about the COVID vaccine, whether it works or not, and yada, yada, yada. I'm not going to get into that. The fact that I've even brought up the word COVID and vaccine, I'm probably going to get shadow banned here anyway from the so-called crack checkers on the old fake book here. But I thought it was interesting. I thought I'd bring it up because I think perhaps we're probably going to see a shift, maybe again, even with our military, about the vaccine mandates and stuff like that. So it was pretty interesting. So let me know what you guys' thoughts are on that as well. And do you think it'll go? That's right now. That's just for the Air Force. This article was talking about just for the Air Force. I'm curious to see if that's going to spread out into the other branches of the military. Then let me rephrase that. It was just for the Air Force and the Space Force. I know the same umbrella, but I'm wondering if if the Army will go to that, if the Navy will go to that. Marines and so forth. So I'm kind of curious. So I was able to put those out, take a look at those, leave a comment, let me know what you guys think. Yeah, it was pretty interesting. So let me see here. What else? I brought up this before. I'll bring it up again here in a couple weeks. The Nose to Tail Nutrition Conference is happening. Out in West Virginia, August 12th through the 14th. I'll have all that information. You can also find that information at God's Good Table. Go to godsgoodtable.com or check out God's Good Table podcast right here on HMG. So check that out. I failed you guys again with the Thursday thought. I said I had it planned out, and I thought I did. I didn't. I totally dropped the ball again, 2 weeks in a row. I'm slacking, guys. I wish somebody out there would hold me accountable for that. That's absolutely horrible. I apologize. Judy, good morning to you, dear. How are you? Judy, pay attention to Judy. Judy's up in, she's our neighbor to the north, and I believe she's going to have the horses out this weekend up on the border, riding up there in Canada. They got some stuff going on up there, so pay attention to this young lady here. She's doing some incredible things up there for our neighbors to the north. And Judy, feel free to post something underneath where if you're going to go live or whatnot, what time where people can watch you. I got to give a shout out to our sister company, HMG Beverage. I'm excited to announce that our coffee is back and in full swing. We're taking orders. If you go to order@hmgbeverage.com, you can jump on a monthly subscription. We got some new clients that we've come on board with already that we're going to be sharing. We got all new labels, new look, new feel. So we're super excited about that. Also, I got to give a shout out to our distributors over in Missouri and in Tennessee. They do a great job getting our stuff out with our gin and bourbon and whatnot. And of course, huge shout out to Short Mountain Distillery. If you're in Middle Tennessee anywhere, make sure you go check it out down in Woodbury, Tennessee. Short Mountain Distillery. They always got stuff going on. Take the tour. It's like 400 acres of just breathtaking scenery out there, and some good food and even better drink. So check it out. Let me see here. What do we got here? Judy's lighting us up here. What do we got here? Take back our freedom time. There we go. That's what I'm talking about. First live. Oh, okay. Sweet. So Judy's going to be live tonight on her page. Check it out. She'll be on her hoss riding around up there. She really put together some of the freedom riders and stuff up in Canada and with the truckers and stuff that happened a couple months ago. So she's doing good things. She's going to have a crowd of people out there. So pay attention to that. We got to pay attention. We see what's going on here in the U.S., but we got to pay attention worldwide. We are worldwide. We got people everywhere. So check it out. All right. Hey, let's get into the shows. We had a busy week with the shows and some great content pumped out for you. So let's get started on the shows this week. First up, I lied. First up is Rise Up Life on Fire from our friends over at Battle 2B. And I have to give a shout out to Krista. It's her birthday today. So the host of Rise Up Life on Fire, Krista, it's her birthday. Wish her a happy birthday, everybody. She does an amazing show, and her and her husband have an amazing organization called Battle 2B. Go to Battle 2B, the number 2. B.org. This week she pumped out a couple of episodes. These are short, like 7-minute episodes, easy to consume, that will change your life. The first one is When It Isn't Worth Your Energy. And the second one is What We Focus On Grows. These are like just shy of 7 minutes long, and they're really, really great information. So check that out. It's Rise Up Life on Fire with your host, Krista. And happy birthday, Krista. Hope you have a wonderful day. Thank you for being a part of the HMG family. So good on you. Judy, last February, 500 horses. Jesus. That's a lot. That's a lot of cleaning up. Sorry. All right. Next up, we got the Arms Room show. Every Monday at 2 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, they drop a new episode. This week, they're discussing step 1. Don't be scared. How to choose the right shooting competition and getting started. So those of you that are shooters out there, that are into firearms, and you want to start competing, it's a lot of fun. I got to watch my son. He competed for a couple of years on a team, went to nationals, and this is really cool. These guys do a great job. The Arms Room, they have a training company called Independence Training. They travel all over the country training people, and they do a fantastic job. These are the guys that I use anytime I have a firearms question before I make a purchase. Usually before I make a purchase, or I have an optics question or anything that's related to that, I'm calling Glenn and asking him questions. And absolutely love these guys. They're absolutely amazing. Check it out. That's the Arms Room. Let me see here. Next up, we got Because Bikers Matter podcast with their man David. Host David sat down this week with annual suicide prevention riders to talk about his incredible rides he organizes to support our veterans that might be struggling with suicidal thoughts. Great episode, guys. You got to check this one out. Because Bikers Matter podcast. Great job, David. This was a cool episode this week. Check it out. Let me see here. Next up. Sorry. Popping noise there. Next up, we got Pushing Back Chaos. This week, the guys sit down. They have another kind of a hard topic to talk about. Breaking contact with toxicity. We sit here and, we ask ourselves, what are signs and symptoms of a toxic relationship or being in a toxic environment? What does that mean? What are some actions that we can take to be sure of what's going on around us, and recognizing that we're in a toxic relationship or that you're in a toxic environment? What are some ways to communicate about it? Who can you communicate if you're in a toxic relationship? So the three amigos is what I like to call them. The trio share some of their own rough personal and professional experiences that have challenged them, and how they learn to realize the lessons required in order to take action to prevent future entanglements. These guys get, you want to talk about an open book. These three guys, different parts of the world at any given time, They come together at all hours of the day to put this show out, and they are like open books. They really put themselves out there, and these guys are military veterans. They've done a lot of. All three of them have a very extensive background, and the fact to see them open up like they did in this episode was something else. And I've known these guys for a couple of years now, and it was helped me. It opened my eyes to some things, even in my life, and things that have happened and whatnot. So this is a very educational episode in this one. So breaking contact with toxicity. Check it out. It's this week's Pushing Back Chaos. Well done, gents. Next up, we got the Power of Investing in People podcast with our gal Shay Sparks. This week, she's talking with Melissa Saubers, who's been fascinated with the subconscious mind and the quantum field manifestation and expanding consciousness. Her curiosity led to her to develop a holistic healing approach rooted in science, psychology, and spirituality. She helps clients heal their hearts, expand their consciousness, rise their vibe, and manifest a life of joy, love, abundance, and freedom. Take a listen to how she does all of this with her clients. So check that out. That's this week's The Power of Investing in People podcast. Let me see here. What else do we got? We got quite a few. We got your 6 at 6 every Sunday night, Central Standard Time, with our friends over at the People's Patriot Project. This is an awesome show. They do a round table, have a lot of guests that come on, and it's great what they do. So make sure you check it out. Sunday night, 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, the People's Patriot Project. Woo! It's Friday, folks. All right. Let me see here. Next up, we got Oscar Mike Radio with our buddy Travis. This week, he speaks with Jane Babcock. She's a third-generation Army veteran. After leaving the service, her transition experience out of the military compelled her to keep serving veterans where she lives over in the state of Wisconsin. A fellow Wisconsinite. I love that. Check that out. This is a great interview. Oscar Mike Radio does their interviews live on their Facebook page every Thursday night, Eastern Standard Time. I believe 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Excuse me. So check that out, Oscar Mike Radio. Next up, we got License for Love with Cowboy Jax and Laura Michael Harris, two fabulous people. And this week, they did, Andrew, good morning, brother. How are you? This week, License for Love, they did part 2 of the One Breath at a Time, literally. They bring on Brad. Brad is a father, a husband. His wife has a life-threatening disease and needs a double lung transplant. You guys probably remember this. I think it was episode 3 or 4. On the road, Brad's on the road for his career. He's only home a few days a month, so it could be stressful. So does that stress manage him? Well, Brad is living proof that as an example of a man honoring his agreement is alive and well. But what toll does it take on him? What are the requirements of unconditional love? Is there a breaking point in a relationship with a partner with a potentially life-ending disease? Is there room for your feelings and well-being? You're going to find out. They talk about all of this stuff, and they answer these questions this week on License for Love. And have a tissue ready on this one. Let me see here. Andrew. No, I have not. We need to. Let's set that up today. Thank you for putting that out there. All right, next up we have Environmentally Speaking. This one, sit back and take a listen to this one. This one was really, really cool. Title of this one is Making Agricultural Fun for the Youth. This week they're talking with some special guests, Sarah and Monica. And they're going to discuss the Portsmouth Ag Intervention. The Portsmouth, which is up Rhode Island, the Portsmouth Ag Intervention has put together a student-driven farm project. This was junior high kids farming. That's what this project is. It's junior high kids farm project. And the program has been a huge success with the youth. Find out how it all came together and what they're doing today, because it was freaking awesome. Let me see here. All right. Yeah, so this one here, listening to this episode and how they put this together, they had land that was donated to them, and they had a couple of kids sign up for it. They wanted to run a beta test with it, so they had, I don't know, I think it was like 15 kids to start, and it became such a huge success, and they're actually going to be expanding this. And I think this is a really good idea, especially living in the world today. Having kids learn how to farm, I grew up in Wisconsin, and I didn't, I lived in the city, but I had friends that lived on farms, and I had relatives that were farmers. And I remember in school up there were agricultural classes that you took, or that you could take as you got older. I think this is something that's needed. I think kids should learn how to farm and grow their own food and stuff like that. It's a great idea. So hats off to you, environmentally speaking. Great episode this week. Andrew, is it my birthday today? No, sir, it is not. But we do have some birthdays today. Krista from Battle 2B, she's the host over there. It's her birthday. And I just remembered, I'm not sure if she's going to see this or not, but Day over at Worth It Hollow, which is one of the nonprofit organizations that we've worked with to support, it's also her birthday. So Day, happy birthday to you as well. All right, let's get back at it, folks. Time to Shine today is up next in the queue, and this week they're talking with introvert and real estate agent rock star Barry Karsh. Barry has always considered himself an unlikely realtor. Quiet, introvert, unsalesy. Not your prototypical formula for success. Yet, Barry has been a top-selling realtor for 36 years, selling as many as 100 homes per year. It's quite an accomplishment there. He has come to realize that being an introvert in real estate gives him many advantages over his more extroverted colleagues. Find out why. That's this week's episode of Time to Shine Today with our buddy Scott Ferguson. Next up, we got the MSEC podcast from our friends over at Military Child Education Coalition. If you are currently active duty in the Guard, Reserve, or you're a veteran and you have children that are in grade school or high school, make sure you follow this organization. They got a slew of information and a lot of tools to help those military children. This week, they did 2 episodes, and it's on the break of, they just had their national conference down in D.C. Went very well. This week's topic is the call for arts, the call for the arts. And this week they had 2 guests. This week they had Angelina. She is the first place winner for the call for the arts. Her poem was beautifully captures the love, loneliness, and loss of the military child. Yeah, it was absolutely beautiful. And they had Philip, who was Columbus High School Art Club member, explains how their art installation celebrates the military child. It was pretty cool. I love these episodes when they bring the military kids on and they explain what's going on in their world. Oftentimes we tend to forget that it's not just the service member that's serving, it's the family as well. So check it out. It's this week's MSEC podcast. Great job, guys. Next up, we have Label Free Podcast. This week, she has Alandas Havis. I think I said that right. Pretty sure I said that right. All the trauma hurt me in the military and came out in my marriage. I now use passion to inspire others and show that you can find ways to win no matter what. This guy's got his own media company out in California, and he's got a great podcast. And this was just a real overall great conversation. Check it out. It's this week's Label Free podcast. And am I hearing a ding sound here? Maybe I'm hearing things. All right, next up we got Ubaldi Reports. Just facts, no fiction. I love these guys because they tell it how it is. Doesn't matter what political side of the spectrum you sit on, they're going to get you. So check it out. That's this week's Ubaldi Reports. They do several shows throughout the week. Make sure you check it out on the Ubaldi Reports Facebook page. You can also follow them. They're big on TikTok as well. We got some honorable mentions. Make sure you check out all the other shows. God's Good Table, Carry On Podcast, the Live Free series, Well, which is women's expression on leadership, learning, and liberty. Their season 2 is going to be coming in October, so stay tuned for that. And we want to welcome back Wake Up with Patty Catter. Patty Catter's back on the network. She never really left, but she's going to be doing more stuff here with the network. So check out her show page, Wake Up with Patty Catter. She does a great show, so make sure you check it out. Got to give a shout out to our sponsors, Simper Savage. Get you some best salad dressings and marinades on the planet. My Tax Fella, bookkeeping. You need your taxes done. There's only one place we go to, and that's My Tax Fella. Check it out. They got a great team over there. JB Auto Clothiers. Listen, I've told you guys about them before. They are suiting up veterans, transitioning veterans, and they're going to be doing a ton of more. This company is going to get big very, very quickly. Keep your eye on it. JB Auto Clothiers. They have a Facebook page. Check it out. Short Mountain Distillery. I mentioned them earlier. If you're in Tennessee, go check it out. Have some of the HMG gin or bourbon over there. And then, of course, our sister company, HMG Beverage. You can get your coffee now. Go to order at hmgbeverage.com or go to hmgbeverage.com and check it out on the website. We got the new logos and stuff up, kind of the new look, and place your orders there as well. That's all the time I got for you guys. I'm going to be on the road for the next 2 weeks. What does that mean? I don't know yet. Next week, I'm going to be up in my home state of Wisconsin. We're going to be up there, and then the week after that, I could be down in your neck of the woods. You don't know. You're going to have to stay tuned to find out. So with that being said, like I said, all the time I got, make sure you read, keep your mind clear. Don't believe everything you see on the internet or what you see on TV. All right, guys. Love you all. Thanks for being here. God bless you. God bless America. I'll see you guys next week.